Hello. Hello. Let me get my things going here. Get my things going. Oh, wait. Was that the right one? Yes. Yeah. Oh, the Steam Deck is going flying. Ah. It survived. What are we up to today? Well, we have a problem. I may have done some of this on stream, I guess, but I rewrote the visibility system in the game to be approximately what we need to be able to ship, so that's good. And there's a couple bugs with it. I already fixed some this morning, but there's one basic bug with some stuff that I did recently, so I want to take a look at that and figure out what's going on. Let me straighten up my camera. Let me close the door. Oh, I need to get a cup for my tea that is brewing. Back in a second. Visibility as in culling, yeah. So basically what's going on, you guys have seen some of the nice looking levels, maybe. And those are all fine. Those don't really need culling because most of the level takes place on one screen. So it was just a low priority in this game to do any culling. And then, well, we have this overworld that's many screens, right? And it hasn't had art for a while yet. And then we started doing art on just like the home screen, you know. And we're, of course, going to do art for the whole level. And at that point, it's just really slow and too many draw calls and stuff to do it all. And then even if you cull, you could do naive culling where you compare every single entity in the world against the frustum. And like that'll work, but it doesn't really help you batch things effectively and whatever. And so, you know, we basically have things grouped by screen and stuff is like next to each other in a buffer. Usually, well, for inanimate objects, which is the bulk of objects. And then that will help it be much more efficient to send those things to the GPU. It's just right now it's not quite, but it will be. Can players zoom out in the overworld to see a lot of stuff? Yes, but when they do that, we don't do this yet, but the plan is to fade out smaller detail objects, right, as you go out very rapidly so that we don't end up rendering too much stuff. remember me working on the labels. Yes. Yes, that was a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago. I don't know, man. All right. European cores. You're translating all 50,000 lines of Java to C++. Wow. That does not sound very fun. I wonder if that's something that an LLM could do an okay job at. Like, it probably wouldn't run, but it could probably just do a lot of the syntax conversion for you and just reduce the amount of grunt work. That said, I probably wouldn't do it that way, or if I did, I would still go over it line by line, right? It's just I wonder if you could reduce the amount of grunt work that way. C++ sounds unfun. Well, it is. It is kind of unfun. However, you can make your own subset of it that is reasonable. That's what I did back when I programmed in C++ mainly on the games. There are some C++ features that are helpful when used in moderation, and so I did that. You can rewrite programs in languages other than Rust. Yes, and you know what's amazing is if you do that, once you're done with the rewrite and the program works, you won't even have crabs or any other sexually transmitted disease unless you rewrite it in C++ and have STD. Then it's a problem. But we'll fix this bug, and then this teleporter isn't hooked to anything. We could fix that as well. That's not really a bug. It's just incomplete content. But the bug, let's make a little marker that we can use to teleport here. This is going to be, I'm going to call it that. All right, so that error on the 13 errors is due to the teleporter. So I can go here, and this will power on, and that's great. And I can run around and do stuff, right? That's great. But then when I undo sometimes, see that? The beam disappears. Why did the beam disappear? I don't know. I'm guessing that it's related to my thing. So the code that I did. Wait, I ran unfog. What? That's crazy. So now here's one data point. Does it, if I just run around, does it ever turn off? It doesn't appear to. It seems to require moving the beam. Except now it's not doing it, of course. Maybe it's not doing it because the fog of war. Maybe it's not my code. Interesting. Whoops. Now it's not happening at all. Oh, there it is. Okay. So switching to this view mode doesn't do anything. You still can't see it. You can, however, see the emissive light source off the water just barely. Is Visual Studio still necessary to ship a game in C++? If you want to compile in Windows, it may be. You can definitely get a Clang binary for Windows and try to use that. I just don't know how that's going to go for you. I'm mixing the honey in the tea. The official guide said you had to install something that comes with Pac-Man to then install the compiler. You need the Arch package manager on root. What is wrong with these people? Have they never heard of just like distributing software? Okay, so the question that I have is, are we rendering these beams? And we're going to write some instrumentation code to help us answer that question. I feel like we are, right? Let me do this. I'm going to pick up the map. All right, so I teleported away and back. It didn't matter. I'm doing this. It doesn't matter. All right. But when I go unfog, So this leads me to believe it's probably getting rendered. There's just a problem, like a shader problem or something. Yeah, this might not be my bug at all, because we're making another programmer is making some changes to the rendering pipeline. I assumed it was my bug because I've been working on visibility lately, and this is the kind of thing that would also happen as a fallout. But let's investigate, and if we're sure that it's rendering, then we can at least set up a breakpoint or a place in the code that the other programmer can look at. Like we can prep the debugging and help with that. So let's do that. So here's what I want to do. I want to do this. I actually see this is the non straight up integer form of the entity ID. I actually want the integer form of the entity ID. So let's go in the editor. Because I just want to write, I don't want to like compose the entity ID. So we're going to do this. We're going to open the editor again. Oh, wrong level. Okay. We're going to go here again to wherever that guy is that I had selected. Dude, this game has so much stuff. All right. We're going to go set a breakpoint. Now this should only be getting called when we draw the outline of the thing. Draw editor selection. Do we have E? Oops. E? No, what's it called? Okay, we have cell. Initialize true, entities 1, data, entity ID. There we go. So this is, we're just going to make a note down here so we can put it in the comment. This is, I could have just figured this out, but 106.117.423. We could have just done that. It probably would have been faster. You've been eating honey and you've been losing weight. Well, good for you. Welcome to the honey eating weight loss crew. Okay. So I want to insert some code when we draw this. Okay. Oops. So here's where we pull out these numbers. Um, the Brea point. All right. So we're just going to... That's a cool level editor. I think so. We're going to give it out for free eventually. Probably at the same time as we release the compiler. That's what I'm thinking now. Where am I going? Wait, are we running in the... No, we are not. Let's run in the debugger so we can break. Are we really going to release a game engine? Yes. Yes, we are. Angry game dev, you should eat some honey. Why isn't everyone eating honey? All right. All right, so... Oh, there we got some of the particles gone. Of course, now that we're trying to repro the bug, that was happening all over the place. Now it's very rare. Do you buy honey locally from a bee farmer? I do not. Well, it depends. I mean, most of my honey comes from... So Colorado has really good honey, and there are... You know, they're larger companies. They're not independent, like single farmers, but there's a number of very good honey companies here, and I get from them. Is it reproducing for fast undos? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. Oh yeah. Maybe that's it. This is weird. I want to get the full situation. Okay, but so that's interesting. It doesn't necessarily have to do with moving the thing. It's just running around. We'll just run around a lot. Okay, there we go. Okay. Oh. Really? Maybe it is my fault. Maybe it is my fault. Breakpoints are working, right? So like, 3FF 05D 8E. That's a gameplay entity object. Oh shit. We're checking the wrong ID, guys. We are checking the wrong ID. We need to check. Okay. Okay, wait. I'm confused. Because this looks like it's in the right place. 39, 13. But this is not. Who's at 39, 13? Oh, no. I got him backwards. Okay, 39, 13. This guy. Yeah. That is probably. That is so. Just to be conservative, we make a global list of these guys. But anyway, we're checking the wrong thing here. We want. Can you get networking? What? What do you mean, can we get networking? Let's make sure your honey is real honey and not shiny syrup honey. Yeah, my honey is real honey. I tell you what. Wait, did we run in the debugger? Dang. Let's just do this. Okay, let's check this. Okay, we got it. So that's not a surprise though, because look, we're here where the thing is. Oh, we got one. I want to get both just so there's no ambiguity. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Well, it probably is my fault then. So now we got to figure out why. Why? How do I come up with game mechanics and ideas that are unique and don't suck? I mean, dude, you just have to practice at thinking about ideas. Either your own ideas or also just looking at other games and why what they do works and how it's interesting. It took me a long time to be able to have good ideas. Will the game be out in time for Steam's Sokoban Fest in April? No, it will not. No, it will not. But also, I can't think of a worse time to release a game than during Steam's Sokoban Fest. Like, dude, the next fest was frickin' horrible, dude. I would not. I would not, even if I was putting out a demo to get wish lists, I don't think I would do it during Next Fest. I mean, unless I thought I was going to be the top of Next Fest, right? Patiently awaiting learning what the release gimmick is. Well, good for you. Good for you, sir. Okay. Source entity, the entity ID. All right, so we want to go into the drawables code. We're going to stop this foolishness for now. We're going to go into the drawables code. We're going to put a no check in here. I didn't put that before because I was like, maybe I'll check that in for another programmer. Didn't need to. It's my bug. Hopefully. Well, it seems like my bug. We don't know. We don't know yet. All right. So here, what we're going to do, if we're a particle source, we end up here. Oh, that should get set to layer global, dude. Okay, that was just a bug that we weren't resetting this, but I don't think that's relevant to what we're looking at right now. Okay, so we're going to go here. And we want to look back at this code that gets source entity. We're going to do this. All right. All right. So we're going to compile that. I guess, is it that? All right. How do you handle team members writing code in a way you don't entirely agree with? I used to let that slide and just give people a lot of independence, but what I've discovered is that that used to work in the olden days, and it doesn't work that well anymore because people just don't work as hard in a remote scenario. So what I do is I give them feedback now, and people will eventually get fired if their code is not good enough. Okay, so we don't need this breakpoint anymore. Oh, you know what? Wait. So I forgot to add, the whole reason we're doing this is so we could do this. Just like in that other location. All right. You definitely need some patience. Yeah, but here's the problem. Here's the problem. When you have a remote company, if you give somebody 8 months to ramp up and get better, then you're paying somebody for 8 months who's working 5 jobs and lying to you about how they're trying to understand and get better and all that, right? So you just can't tolerate that shit. Like, someone needs to ramp up in 1 month or 2 months, or they're gone. And that's just the new reality of the situation. Because paying a programmer for 8 months is $200,000. That's expensive. So you just can't, you can't do it. And I'm sorry, you know, for people who genuinely need that ramp up time, I'm sorry, but it's one of those things where the abusive people have just changed the play field for the honest people, right? If you're honest and you need more of a ramp up, we just can't do it anymore because we do it 5 times in a row and Lucy keeps pulling away the football, right? When we're about to kick it. 8 months ramp up time. I mean, you'd be surprised. Like, so games are complicated. Every game has its own way of doing things. We ask people to not only get used to a new game, but a new engine and a new programming language, right? So, like, historically, I would give people a while just to acclimate. But, like, at this point, no. It's like, I'm sorry. It has to be 2 months or less. And that's just the reality. And if that makes it harder to find people who can do that, which it does, then that just drastically limits who we can hire. But that's just I've been fucked with on this matter so many times. It's so disrespectful and horrible. Like, I simply don't have the patience for it anymore. I just have better things to do in life than pretend like people aren't being dishonest and, oh, fuck, we had it. There we go. What the fuck? God damn it, dude. I hate this debugger. I started it a little bit too early before the executable was completely... Oh, yeah. Just, it's the European cores. I started it. I was like, it'll be done. Nope. Nope. $200,000 for 8 months is too much. Well, we have to pay for people's health insurance and all sorts of just weird taxes and stuff in the US. So, if your programmer's salary is like $200,000 a year, 8 months is 2/3 of that, right? Which is going to be what? Like 135,000, and you add all this other shit. And then hiring them was expensive. You may have had to pay a fee to a headhunter, right? Which is typically, it depends. A lot of those deals actually are like if you keep them past a year, but sometimes it's 6 months or whatever. Just all types of, like, there's the overhead that goes into like badgering the person who's not working, and like everybody pretending like it's worth all this time and attention that you're giving them, when in reality they just aren't ever going to rise to the occasion. Like when you run a company, you see all these things, right? 3 months probation is pretty standard. Yeah, 3 months would be a lot better than what we have done, and we will probably move to that. Is health insurance required, or is it just what the engineers expect? You don't have to offer health insurance, but you would be like the only company in the entire country for which that's true, right? Like if you hire people full time, this would be the best thing the frickin' Trump administration could do. Well, the second best thing. The best thing they can do with health insurance is pass laws that you have to post the prices if you're a hospital or whatever, right? That would be the absolute best thing. Second best thing is just like decouple it from jobs. Just your employer should not determine what your health insurance is. That's completely stupid. Pay someone from Europe. We do have someone from Europe, and we pay him 6 figures. You forget, like, we need good programmers who can do, like, Vulkan and DX12 and stuff. Like, that's not your random dude who, like, gets stuff from GPT 4.5 is not that. By GL. Yeah, we need someone who's not a Vibe GL programmer. Okay, so here we are. This is a function where we want to break. All right. Fuck. Okay. Well, here we go. Lucky. So these are other particle source beams that are getting drawn. So we're not even getting here, which is weird. But if we undo, we do get there. All right, here's what we're going to do. So we have emitter. We can check on this. This is a really weird problem. Okay, this is a gameplay ID. We can't even really hard code it. We can't even really hard code it because it'll change per run. Okay, but we're getting it now. So we're going to disable this breakpoint. And we're going to run. We're going to put some more undo data. Fuck. Ah. Okay. There we go. Okay, so it is not here. Okay. So, and why is it only after undo? That's so weird. All right. So we have a breakpoint here. Oh man. It really doesn't like this. Okay, well this is interesting. Okay, so let's go to the I mean, what's our call stack from here? Is it not in the moving entities array? Here's what I want to do. I want to add some code here that looks up the entity ID, or just finds all particle sources related to, right, we can call that same function, like who's the beam emitter, and then we don't need to track this. All right. Wow, this is a crazy, you know, usually we wish debugging would go better than this, but all right, so 587, we're going to go no check-in, look for the things. Results.allocator is temp for manager type dot particle source. Okay. Okay. So we can check this. We can see if it's not in the moving entities array or if it just doesn't exist. My guess right now is it actually just doesn't exist for some reason. Did I get a good sleep on the compiler issue from last night? Yeah, I woke up and finished debugging it. So that one is fixed now. As I guessed, it was something like an hour or less of debugging. Could have gone faster, but it was just a confusing issue. But yeah, it's fixed now. And I started that stream by saying, you know, it seemed like there were like 3 different bugs or something. There weren't really. It was just one problem. But that is code sometimes. All right. So let's validate this, that this is working. Wait, I didn't finish writing this code. Let's just do it this way, but I wanted to put them, I don't know, maybe we don't need to put them in the array. I defined this whole array, 598. All right, we are finding it. Let's check really fast. Okay. It is in the moving entities array. That is no surprise. The reason we care about that is because that's what we're iterating over here. All right. Boom, got it. Bro, it doesn't exist. Why does it not exist sometimes? That's crazy. Is the undo system a common source of bugs? Yes. Yes, it is. You don't think the undo is the problem? Well, I beg to differ. It sure seems like the problem to me. Okay, well, why are these getting destroyed? remove when debugged. All right. When I left Miami, I was not in Miami. What are you smoking, my dude? Okay. So, these seem to be getting destroyed. Do we set delete on undo on these things? We do. I'm not sure we should do that, but we do currently. Okay, so we destroy them literally every time. Which is kind of ass. But it is what we do. So then we must be recreating So when do we recreate the beam? Let us set a breakpoint. What? It must be in here. Fuck Visual Studio. It's literally right there. All right. So we undo. We're back here. When does this happen? Simulate cosmetic only things. Okay, so we're here. We're here. We update beam individual visual states. Update cosmetics. Make shell particles beam. So why would we not call this? Maybe the visual segments are cleared? Okay. So there's several possibilities. Maybe we don't get here. Maybe we do get here, but then these get destroyed again later. So I guess I'm going to add logging to this. And we can see, so basically we could log, hey, it's the target particle source. And then down, or the target emitter thing. And then down here, we can call that function again and check that the sources are there. And if they are not, then we know something happened. And if they are, then we could set a breakpoint and figure out why they go away. Or, well, we can't exactly set a breakpoint because it only happens sometimes. But we could set like a global to report to us when those get destroyed, probably. This is going to get messy. Like debugging this kind of thing where a bunch of stuff happens at different times, it could take a while. It's much harder than like, oh, there's a null pointer to reference. Those are easy. All right, so let's make a definition for our thing. We need to get the ID, right? That's what I'm looking for. So we're going to go target light is this. All right, and now all right, and then down here we're gonna go, oh yeah, I guess I said I wanted to log. All right, so now this is the wrong thing. We actually want the for loop version that we did. Oh, we literally never did that. All right. So here, we're going to go what do we want to say here? Okay, that's all we're going to do for now. Actually, no, it's not. All right. Whoops. Okay. Yes. Let's find out what is happening. Okay, this is weird. It has 3. Oh, I guess that's normal. So why is it not rendering? Let's see if we can get one where they both don't, and then it's easier to do. Okay. Oh, here we go. No particle sources found. Okay, well, this is information. So the code, for some reason, didn't make the thing. There's a number of reasons why that might happen, I can imagine. So one of my favorite tricks when this happens, one of my favorite tricks is just to paste Holio this code. And then we can step into it, right? When we get that message, we just go to the breakpoint and step into it. Right? Where was that? Line 1. Paste Holio. AKA the name of everybody who uses ChatGPT now. Okay, so now we're getting our 3. Dude. Now watch, it's going to be so Heisenbug that it won't even happen now. Because I added some extra code. That actually would be information if it doesn't... Like, this could be a compiler bug somehow, guys. I hope not. All right. There we go. No particle sources is flashing. Paste Holio. Now here's the thing. This might actually create it if we're so Heisenbugged. All right, beam powered. True. So we're going to go into this case. Maybe we shouldn't have done update beam path. I don't know. Let's see. How is the path looking? Segments 1. Data 1142 delta minus 10. And then visual beam segments, which is the one that we draw, goes from (1242) to minus 442. That all looks correct. So maybe we'll even take that out next time. We're going to skip this. Still the same information. We even changed the pointer. We refilled it out. Okay, update beam emitters. Get bounding segment info. Center, radius. That looks fine. Update particle source transform. This doesn't seem right. Oh wait, what? I guess we do this. Hold on. Interior particles, shell particles, collar particles. So I guess we construct these particle entities in the thing. I'm looking for the source ID in all these fields. There it is. All right, I believe that that is our target, right? So that's correct. I get so. Wait. Wait, what? Okay, hold on. We don't. Okay, it does. It does end in F. Okay, weird. So this emitter's source ID is not us for some reason. So if just to make sure, seg shell particles, not seg 0, seg shell particles source ID is that. It's a totally different dude. Okay, so when we say no particle sources found, okay. So we do, this is sus, right? We do a thing where we keep the old beam segments. So I think we're not resetting this array, and it's like kind of crazy that we're not crashing due to this. So let me just make an attempt at it without debugging further. Let's put this. Friendly Drogon. Isn't it crazy that one fantasy series has a dragon named Drogon and another one has a dragon named Aragon? Like, we need more one letter off dragon names. Like Dragok or Dragon or Draven. What pulsating sound in the background? Oh, is it the game stopped with like some audio? All right, well we can stop the game cuz yeah. Probably my computer fan. Well, it is a computer fan. Listen, we all do what we can do. We've got these European cores run so fast and so hot that we just need a really loud fan. All right. That's another reason to switch back to the other computer because we had quiet fans on there. I mean, how do we know when it's fixed? Like it's not happening right now, but it wasn't happening for a while. So that was interesting. I thought it was a culling bug. But it's literally just a we didn't clean up our mess bug. Okay, well, we'll play with it some more. I kind of want to make a release build now so we can just do more undos and just see what happens, right? But like, we're really not having an issue here. All right. This is going to take 27 hours because LLVM is very slow. Maybe we need to noise gate our microphone more. Let's see. Do I need to do a filter to have a noise gate in OBS? It's terrible. Oh, filters. Oh, that's just for third party. All right, OBS won't let me noise gate. Sorry, guys. RIP. All right, well, that's a successful debug, if I say so myself, as far as I know. Guys, I've been using this computer for months and months. How are you telling me about this noise now? Just used to it. Always been like this. Not always, right? Because my old computer had silent fans. Unless you're telling me the mic is busted. It's this computer. Okay. Well, maybe we're just going to switch the computer back. It's just, I never want to do it because reasons. I mean, it sure looks a lot better now. I'm going to call it fixed. All right. Now we got to clean up all the Cowabunga programming. Look at all these lines of code we wrote, dude. Oh, look how fast the European cores went that time. Almost as fast as my laptop. European cores. All right. Great. Great. I think our work here is done. Great. We can also fix that teleporter. Oh, we've still got one. The code that generates visual beam segments tries to cache previous beams. So during normal operation, so we don't spam making particle sources all the time. But that means we need to explicitly clear these out so that we don't get pointers to non-existent stuff. Dude, I honestly have... That's one of those things where you're like, how did this ever work? Like, I haven't had one of those in a long time. But earlier in one's career, you have all kinds of these, like, how the hell did this ever work moments. And that is one of them. All right. Fix a disappearing beam bug. Now, that is a moderately recent change. It's from I don't know, like October, something like that. Okay, let's fix this teleporter. We actually have to make a whole little thing. Oh, this is confusing, actually. Maybe we don't want this teleporter. Like, the general rule is we have one teleporter per screen. And on this one, we currently have two. Right, see this? We have this one and this one. And it's like, well, I don't love that, because it just introduces ambiguity and problems in the way that we do things. So I kind of don't mind. I could let you go through, like, instead of, whoops, see, because basically you get here by, let's just say discontinuously traveling from somewhere else. And we want you to be able to get out down here. And so I'm thinking, what if we do this? What if we do this, actually? Oh, that fucks up this puzzle. We need this space over here, I think. Do we? Nah, I think maybe it's fine. Because we put the lotion in the basket where it gets the hose again. Right? I think that's fine, actually. Let's try it. So we're going to do this. This is going to be like this. And then that's going to let you get out this way with the beam. So if I go here, I go there, I go there. That is blocked, and I can go back anytime I want. That said, I could go out there. Actually, yeah, you know, that's fine. Oh no, that's the reason I didn't do that is because you can't go back. Like, we kind of like this going back. And then okay. I could imagine some other things to change about this, but for now, maybe I'm fine with it. It's a little bit sad how this isn't totally symmetric anymore. But maybe it's fine. You know, we're doing this thing where you don't want to get the mirror out. Let's test it. Let's test it. So we're here. We go here. Whoops, wrong one. Now, from over here, we would go here. Do that. We get the rock. We can, for example, go here. Do that. Right? We can reset. We can still do that. Spoilers! And then we could do this. So that whole room still works with all this. So that's great. Okay. I like it. Sure, it's taking a lot of time to do the commit on the European cores. That might be where we end the stream. I might take a break, and then it's dance time in like an hour. Bro, this is taking forever. I hope we don't have another... A thing happened on this before where like some weird files happened that shouldn't have been there. and it took like 10 minutes to check in like this till I fixed it. If that happened again, that's an extra reason to get rid of these machines. All right, that was much faster. Came up instantly. All right. Yeah, I may have a problem. All right, everybody. I'm going to sign out. Let's find a good place to send you. On the software and game development channel. Last time I raided Hempuli, he blocked me. So like I probably can't go into his channel. Yeah, I'm banned because I'm not communist, so I can't raid him. So that's sad. I was just trying to send him some viewers. I don't know what his deal is. Increpair is live. Yeah, we want to raid programming. Strand first person puzzle game. This looks like he's playing StarCraft or whatever. What do you mean first person puzzle game? Dude, people are never doing what he's just Pomodoroing. You do 5 minutes of programming, 50 minutes of StarCraft. That's just how it goes. Making a point and click game.
Door to 5. 5. Ooh, that.
Doesn't look very exciting. Wallaber. Adding challenge system to Replicube.
We're looping through the dictionary, and right here we can say D.
Okay, there's actually code on the screen. So we're going to take that as good enough for a raid. All right. Thanks, everybody.